Writing a book based on the lives of several hundred people presented a real challenge. Each life was unique and offered its own opportunity for learning. Since I believed that presenting the stories of several hundred people's lives might overwhelm the reader, I made the choice to share personal experiences from a much smaller number, about 50, that were representative of the larger sample. I decided to use only first names, and you will find that many individuals appear numerous times, since their lives help to illuminate each of the secrets. Although I share specific stories from this smaller number, the reader should know that, with very few exceptions, the 5 secrets were common among all those we interviewed. In the chapter titled "The Secrets to Life in 1 Sentence or Less," I share wisdom from a broader number of people. This is a book for people at every stage of life. It is a book for young people who are just starting out on the journey of life. Just as young internet-savvy people use the net to tap the experiences of others with products or travel locations, so I hope you will find the life experiences of these people equally fascinating. Wisdom does not have to come when we are old. We can find it much sooner. This is also a book for those in midlife, like me, who want to ensure that we discover what matters before it is too late. It is also a book for those in their later years, who wish to reflect on their life experiences and discover ways to pass wisdom on to those who follow. The title of this book was not chosen lightly. The 5 Secrets We Must Discover Before We Die has 2 key elements. The first is the idea that there are indeed secrets to life. What I discovered in these interviews is that all happy and wise people eventually discover and live these 5 secrets. The second element, before we die, reminds us that there is an urgency to discovering what really matters. When I first suggested writing a book with the word die in the title, I got a strong reaction from many people. About half said that having the word die in a book title was depressing, but the other half said it was necessary. They said that the word die lets the reader know there is an urgency to discovering what really matters in life. In fact, one of the most common things I heard from these people was about how quickly life goes by. We all continue to believe we have forever to discover what we need to, but in the end, our time is really quite limited. Although I had some clear ideas about what I would learn during the interviews, I knew as a researcher that it was critical to keep an open mind. We had to ask the questions, we had to learn about these people's lives, and only then, when we were done, could we step back and ask what common wisdom could be learned from their life reflections. Yet one of the most profound things about what we learned is how clear it all became by the time we finished. In spite of the many differences between these people, age, religion, culture, profession, education, economic status, the secrets to a well-lived human life were common. It seems that what really matters cuts across all the boundaries we often believe separate us from one another, such as religion, race, and status. All 3 of us who conducted these interviews were profoundly moved by the experience. Since we did not provide the questions ahead of time, there was often a lengthy pause between asking the questions and hearing answers. Each of us noticed that in that pause we found ourselves reflecting on those same questions. What brought us happiness? What really mattered? When we reach the later stages of our own lives, how will we answer these questions? What will we wish we had learned sooner? It is my hope that while reading this book you have that same experience. I hope that as you read the stories of these people's lives, you reflect on your own life and begin to discover in a deeper way your own path to fulfillment and wisdom.